Okay guys, today we're going to be doing a Ford Territory, which is like a four-wheel drive version of a Ford BA. Okay, dash and all looks pretty much identical. I've already dismantled half the stuff, so let me just give you a quick run through. Okay, this stuff sits like that and clips in. So, and then we got this one up here that sits in there. First you just pop this part up, and then it has these hooks that you just pretty much clip out like that and out. Then you got Phillips bits, just Phillips screws like that. Undo that. Then from this corner here, pull up, and it should slide out like that. Oh yeah, just move the gear lever back a bit, makes it a lot easier. And then we should have this console in there as well, and that sometimes has two screws up there, one on the other side. Undo those and just pop the slider straight back. Okay, I would have done that previously. So to get to the wires of these guys is fairly easy, I can say, if you've done it a couple of times. First, what you do is you pop open the glove box, the fuse panel part down, pop that down. Then you have this on there, just use a pick, clip it that way and out. Okay, then you got this here which has a couple of clips on the bottom, on the side like that. Just push it out that way, same as the bottom, and then pull back out that way. Just before I forget, there's also this one here, which pop open the plastic trim here, and there should be a screw there and a screw over there. That comes off, and then exposing you metal frame and all. Down here on the Ford colors are green, which is your front right. Your grey with a green trace, your black grey with a black trace. I don't know if you can see that properly, but that one there is your negative front right, positive front right. Then you got the two blueies. How you find out if they're speaker wires is majority of the time they'll be semi-twisted like that, you know. And you can see here I've already untwisted a little bit, and that's your rear right there. Rear right positive, black trace, rear right negative. Got on the other side, I'll show you how to take them out and stuff. Exactly the same thing. As you can see, the glove box already removed, and it is fairly straightforward as well. So you drop the glove box, okay, and you've got to have some tabs on the side. Just push them in a bit, pops down one side, push them in a bit, pops down the other side. With the Ford, because they got these clips here which holds the glove box in place, you push upwards and the whole thing comes out, exposing your loom down here. Pull that back, and then we got the wires here, which is pink and orange. Once again, twist the pairs, which mean it is majority of the time the speakers on most vehicles. There's also another pink in here, don't go for that one. There's also another pink, don't go for that one. This one here, pink and green, pink and black. Pink and green, pink with black trace. That will be your speaker wires, and that's rear left. Your orange, once again, front left, black trace, and it's like an aqua color or something. That's your front left. Positive, so it's the one with the trace, so let's splice into that, run the wires down here and into this part here, which we can attach to our head unit loom over here. Same as the other side over there. Get the wires, run it up, run it through down here, which we've got a fascia kit for. That's the fascia kit that I got. We sell here. So we're putting a Clarion DVD flip out today. What I've done is they normally come out about that much more. I just chopped it with an angle grinder and file it down so you don't cut yourself when you're installing. Also, the cigarette lighter part, when you pour it out, make sure you twist this middle part about 80 degrees, which in there, I don't know if you can see it, there's a metal plug tab over there. You want to get that over the middle part here, which exposes these holes. Then this little clip here pushes down, and then you can remove it. Okay, and when you put it back into this aftermarket part here that goes underneath here, you know, you want to do that but in reverse. Okay, and to get a power and earth and accessory down here, they're normally right behind the fuse box. There's this loom here, okay, which has your power, accessory, telephone mute. It's normally for hands-free car kit, but in this case here, and that's a big input. So if you hold certain button on the factory head unit, that will enter you into the auxiliary mode or telephone mute mode, which we can go into that. It's for your input speaker, and there should be your positive, negative, and telephone mute, which you've got a little diagram up here. See, BA, BF power. I know that's loop, ground left, ground, constant, ignition, telephone mute. Okay. So guys, started ahead. Gonna prepare the loom and put it in. I can't hold record forever, so I'll put in part 2. So be back. Okay guys, back at it again. I'm starting on this side here. What I've done is put a couple of spade terminals onto the end of these. So we've got earth, accessory, and constant memory, and 2 extra wires for your speaker, front right and rear right. Give it about 1 meter and a bit long in length or in total. Always the speaker wire is a bit longer because it's down here, which we chopped, and gonna tap into that, and the plug's up there, so it makes it a little bit easier. Okay, I'm gonna try and set this down so I can, this is gonna work. Try to put it somewhere you can see what I'm doing. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. It's gonna be pretty boring. Just putting the wires in, so nothing spectacular here. Okay, just gonna chop and splice into that wire there and extend these guys to the middle of the console. Just be careful when you're chopping the wires. Make sure you chop the right one, because you chop the wrong one, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Okay, so your blue twisted pair is your rear right. I was picking that because it's closest to me, and it should go right into this orange plug over here. So let's get that rear right on. Negative with a line. So we just TNT it onto this. Normally you can solder it if you want to, but if you do it tightly enough, you shouldn't have to decide what else in the car that's soldered beside your circuit board. Sometimes your old ignition barrel. The new ones are plugs, mate, so shouldn't need to. Or you can put terminals if you want to, whatever. I've been doing it like this for a little while, and it seems to be sufficient. It doesn't come off, doesn't get oxidized or dry solder joints, anything like that. The last thing you want is this dry solder joint, and then you spend hours trying to troubleshoot it. So yep, we got one pair done. And now we're gonna do the second pair, which is the front right. That's your grey and black trace again. Just give it a bit of a strip with the wire stripper. And then Same thing goes, negative line. And then your positive on this side. Bit of TNT again. Yeah, for any of you that don't know, TNT stands for twist and tape. So twist it, tape it, make sure every single time that you pull the tape, you pull it so it heats up the glue, makes it stick a lot better. Don't use the Nido ones because they used to be good, not anymore. Now, since you got one on each one, like that, you tape the pair together. Same thing goes. Go to every single revolution, pull it tight, and it shouldn't come off at all. Now that is going to be pretty solid. Never had one that actually came off before, unless you're using extreme force, but other than that, it doesn't come off. So we've got both of them like that, and that's pretty solid right there. Now we just run these cables up here behind the bonnet lever, and if you notice, it's just enough length for these spare terminals to pop out, and we can plug it straight up there underneath the glove box. And this we can run it all the way up behind the dash there. So all you need is about that much more. So like I said, meter a bit at the most. We can put this guy back together now. So slide that guy in. And then should clip it in. That pops on. Now this, you take it off, be careful, don't break these clips. This goes in from the back first and back together. Now this, fairly straightforward, underneath like that, and together again. Let's put this guy back in there. Now we grab this guy, put it back together. Give it a couple screws and voila. Grab the drill, makes it a lot quicker. That's down, put this little screw cover back on. This says territory. Done, one side. So let's go on the other side and we'll do exactly the same thing, okay? This side, what I've done, fairly straightforward. Ran a 2 sets of wires for your left and right speakers. Sorry, your front and rear. Thanks, Blake. Okay. Go. Okay. We're gonna get these wires from down here, where the glove box is, and run them through to up here. Okay. Fairly straightforward. I've got myself a little claw again. Same thing as in Total Recall when Arnie shoves it up in his nose and grabs the tracking device out. In this case, we're gonna use it. See? So it's fairly easy. You can pick up from your local hardware shop, a couple dollars, but it will save you a lot of time. So that, if I had to do that manually by hand, that would take me ages, but in this case, it took me no longer than 2 seconds. And then we just run this up here to here. It's where we're going to tap into a speaker, okay? orange and pink, as I said before. Just chop that off, open it up. We're going to tape that one up later so they don't touch each other, but that's no longer in use, you know, that's coming straight out from this ICC here. Just, yes, I know, I forgot to do it on one side, it's alright. Just one down, two down, three down, four down. That's not going to get used anymore, so we'll just leave it there. Now these should be the pair for the front left speakers and front right speaker. Okay, let's strip it back, so about an inch width. Gives it just enough to twist it, but not too much where you got plenty of excess. Strip that, strip that. Nice and easy, and then we can just tape it on. Now for the fronts, you can use whatever color you want. Just make sure one's positive and one's negative. You can clearly see one's got a trace on it, white trace, other one's full color. So white trace, we're going with negative again, so when we bring it up there, it's just easier to remember, and majority of the time the one with the trace is negative, hence majority of the time. In this case, on the factory loom, both has a trace, but the one with the negatives always has a darker color. In this case, it's black. So we've got that. Front rear left done. Now, trace. Okay. Front left. Twist it, TNT it. Hope you're catching on with the jargon. The tape. That's it. Every single time, every revolution, just pull it. Stretch the tape, because as you stretch it, it heats up the glue, like I said, and it makes it stick a lot better. And when it tries to unravel itself, it just gets caught onto itself again, which makes it even tighter. So yeah, been doing it for a little while of this, and it seemed to be working all this time. So do that to this guy. Take your time, guys. I've been doing this for a little while, so I can go at my own speed, but you guys, you can take your time, or you know, if you've done a few of them, go your own pace. It's no race. As long as everything works at the end, no short circuit, no miswiring, and you should be fine. And then pair, just top it up again. Just makes it really hard to come out. And then you want to make sure that it never comes back out. You do that to both of them. That way there. And then we're trying to tape up to the old loom again, so it looks factory. Looks. Doesn't matter which way you go, as long as you just tape it up, make it all black, look like factory stuff again. You can go a lot neater if you want to, but in this video tutorial, I'm just making a rough one. Go, and you can put it back into place. pull it out a bit, makes it easy to drop it into this little slot here that it's got for it. And then just clip the thing back on again, which is all back into place again. Once you pull tight, it comes back up here. You can shove it down there and tie it onto one of these guys down here. There's a little loom you can poke it under and through, so it holds it up there. So, or you can put a cable tie up either. Let me show you how to put the glove box back together. As I was told you earlier, these clip straight onto that thing. So just put on, locate it, down, and this. Just push it in, up, voila. Okay, that's part of it done. So now we just have to ride up to the original loom that we just made before. Okay. And I'll show you again when everything's all complete. Thanks. Okay guys, welcome back again. I just wired up the loom, the one that we made, all the way up to here, both sides, coming up, round, into here, and I wired up to the clarion loom, and we tuck everything underneath, and then you slide the head in, and then you're gonna have two little holes up here, and you push this in. See that hole? That's where you put the screws in. Comes on both sides, so then we can go underneath and plug our power in. Just right behind the fuse box down here. There's gonna be like a blue plug. Okay, now in saying that, let's see if I can go off memory. This one here should technically be earth, which is, if you're looking dead ahead, the top right, top of the plug has a clip, so that's earth, and then here will be your constant right next to it on the left, and then underneath the constant should be your accessory, which is the bottom left there. That's if memory serves me correctly. Just push them all in, make sure they're all in and firm. Tight, even. And we'll just tuck it back up there, make sure it's all nice and neat up there. And now we can put a couple of these screws together. Put the rest of the dash back together. Hopefully you can see it, I'm not sure. Yeah, hopefully you can see that. Okay, so let's do this. Push the head unit back in a little bit, that makes it a lot easier. These Phillips in as well, and don't lose the screw, because these four ones, they got like double thread in them, one final one, and in between the final one there's another thread. So I don't know if you can see it properly like that. There's like two threads. It's pretty cool. Gives a lot of strength. And then the next part is this guy here. You just push it up. We've got like locators up here. That sits nice and firm to there. We can put these two little screws here on the back part, which I explained on the other video. That holds it down. And then this clip here is on. This is going to be tricky, okay, because the head unit is a little bit out, so we're going to try and squeeze that into there like that, and then push it down. Okay, now we're going to put our roof, pull the loom on a little bit for the access accessory plug. So we can plug that one back into it and then put our cigarette lighter back down and screw the little white screw that they gave us with this fascia kit in, and that's it. We should be done. Oh, there it is. Power source. Used to be called cigarette lighter. And let's just try to hold it with one hand and pull it in with the other one. Sometimes proves to be a little bit more difficult than it looks. Like you got that in. Make sure it's secure and tight. Push that in, just like that. You can see the little hole down there. That's where the little white screw from before comes in handy. I'm trying to screw that one into there. That's going to be a mission on its own. But let's see what happens. Oh yeah, if you move the gear stick out of the way and stuff, sometimes it helps a lot. Not too tight because you don't want to strip anything, just until there's a bit of tension, and then that's it. Okay, now because this is a flip screen and the Ford, what happened is move it back to drive, so when the screen comes out it should clear the shifter. Let's turn it on, let's see what happens. Okay, we've got power, that's a good sign. So open, see if it clears it. Beautiful, clears it. There we go. And oh yeah, for the DVD players, if you don't want it to put on the parking thing so you can watch it while you're driving or whatever, just earth out the handbrake cable, and that should allow you to watch while you're driving or whatever. Okay, so let's grab a DVD and we'll try it out. Mouse.com, no, that's the audio CD. Last drop. Okay, let's give that a go. It's an old CD, you can tell from the scratches up there, hey? And down there. Whoa, that's a lot of scratch. And this up here, turn the volume all the way down and turn it off because we don't need it. That's just only for your climate control now. And we've got sound coming up from all 4 speakers, which is good. Yeah, all works fully. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.